Hi learners, welcome back to Curious Commerce. Today we are going to learn one of the foundation concepts of financial management called time value of money. This concept explains why money today is more valuable than tomorrow's money. This topic is very important for generally for the examination purpose, investment decisions, banking, corporate finance, and all other allied finance areas. Compound interest is the interest which occurs not only on the amount originally borrowed or lent, but also on the interest accrued previously but not paid or received. Compound interest is interest calculated on principal plus previous year interest. So here interest earns interest. In simple interest, interest earn only on the principal amount. Here, interest earns interest. That is why compound interest give higher return compared with the simple interest. Formula for calculate the compound interest and the future value of money. Compound interest equals future value minus money borrowed or lent at present. Whereas future value equals money borrowed or lent at present represented with P into 1 plus interest rate whole to the power of T. It means at the time period. The simple version is future value equals principal amount into 1 plus R to the power of T. Therefore, for calculate the principal amount, the formula will be so future value divided by that is the future value is divided by 1 plus R to the power of T. For calculate the future value, the formula will be principal into 1 plus R whole to the power of T. For calculate the principal amount, future value divided by 1 plus R to the or 1 plus R whole to the power of T. Whereas FV means future value, P means principal amount, R means rate of interest, T means time duration. Numerical example for calculate compound interest and future value of the money for the amount of rupees 1 lakh rupees borrowed at an interest rate of 12% per annum for 6 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, for 1095 days. What we discussed previously related to the simple interest. For understanding purpose, for easy understanding, I make it as a tabulation. The amount borrowed, that is the P, that is 1 lakh rupees in each situations. The rate of interest per annum is 12%, that is 0.12 for all the situations. Time period, that is T, that is half year, 6 divided by 12, that is half year. So 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The future value equals, when you calculate the future value, we should know about the compound interest. We already know that the compound interest formula will be for calculate with respect to the principal amount. FV is equal to, it means that the future value is equal to principal into 1 plus r to the power of t. The principal amount of 1 lakh rupees into 1 plus r, the rate of interest 0.12 to the power of t. T means 0.15, that is 5,830. So that is the compound interest of 5,830. So 5,830 plus the principal amount, that is the future value of 1 lakh rupees. Today, after 6 months, it is 5,830. On the same way, for 1 lakh rupees principal amount, 0.12 as the rate, rate of interest, and the 1 year duration. For 1 year, what will be the compound interest, that is 12,000 rupees. The future value of the money is 12,000 plus 1 lakh, that is 1 lakh 12,000 rupees. In third situation, so the principal amount of 1 lakh rupees and the rate of interest is 12%, that is 1.12, and the term duration is 2 years. At the end of the second year, what will be the compound interest and what will be the future value? So here, so the 1 lakh rupees, that is principal amount, 1 lakh into 1 plus 0.1 0.12 to the power of 2, that is 2 years. Time duration is 2, that is 25,440. In the case of the future value, so that is, so 25,440 plus 1 lakh rupees, that leads to the future value of 1 lakh 25,440. In third situation, for 1095 days, it means that the 3 years. So the time duration is 3 years. The rate of interest is 0.12. So with using of the formula, the compound interest, the principal into 1 plus r to the power of t. So with using that formula, the calculated compound interest at the end of the third year is 40,492. So 40,492 plus principal amount of 1 lakh rupees, that is the future value of money is 1,40,492. Here, if you compare with the same example previously what we discussed, if it is the simple interest of 12%, the interest will be constant for all the years. Like for end of first year it is 12,000 rupees. For the second year, at the end of the second year, it is 24,000. At the end of the third year, it is 36,000 rupees. But here, the interest rate is more compared with the first year. And the same way, if it is the interest is more in third year compared with the second and first year, it means that the compound interest always changes from 1 year to another year. Generally, it grows more compared with the simple interest, but the simple interest always constant. But in the case of the compound interest, it is not constant. It is increasing from 1 year to another year or one period to another year, because interest is calculated on interest also, not only on the principal amount. Now we will discuss about the present value. The present value of money is today's value of tomorrow's money. What is the difference between the future value and interest for the period between the present and future? The present value means today's value of future money. Future money is always discounted. It is always discounted. That's why we should know about what is the present value of the money. For calculate the present value of money, we are using the formula present value equals future value of the money minus interest. And symbolically, PV, that is present value, equals future value divided by 1 plus r to the power of t, that is related to this portion. The numerical example for calculate the present value of money. Calculate the present value of rupees 25 lakh, 30 lakh, 40 lakh at the end of first year, second year, and third year, respectively, at an effective interest rate of 12% per annum. What is the present value of 25 lakh, 30 lakh, 40 lakh at the end of first year, second year, and third year? Already they are given the future value, that is 25 lakh, 30 lakh, 140 lakh. The time period also they are given the first year, second year, and third year. The interest rate they are given the 12%, that is 0.12 for all the situation. So in the case if you want to calculate the present value, you should identify the tabular value for the present value of rupees 1 lakh receivable at the end of the nth year. It means that the first end of the first year, second year, third year up to n years. So that tabulation possible to download from the Google or from make it as a photocopy from any financial management textbook. So if you identify the table of present value of rupees 1 receivable at the end of the nth year, in the table if you identify the 12% interest rate, for the first year it is 0.8929, for the second year it is 0.7972, for the third year 0.7118. On the same way up to n years they are given the values. With respect to that value, that is we called as in the discounting value. This value we called as in the discounting value. With respect to that, so this value we multiply with the future value amount, we get the present value of the money. That is we using of present value is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r to the power of t. So on the same way for the year second, on the same way for the end of the year third. The next concept is annuity. Annuity means a series of equal cash flows at regular intervals. For example, salary, pension, EMI, systematic investment plans, and others. The equal cash flow, there is no changes from one period to another period. It's constant. It will be same for n number of the durations. In that situations, if you consider the any example what I quoted previously, like the salary, pension, EMI, and SIPs. If you want to calculate the present value for that type of the cash flows, so the formula will be E divided by R into 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus R to the power of n. With using of this formula, and the same way with using of the tabular values given in the table, we should calculate the annuity and as well as the present value of the cash flows. For example, the numerical example, Determine the present value of an annuity of rupees 1 lakh rupees receivable for 5 years at an effective rate of interest at 12% per annum. It is very simple with using of the tabular values for the annuities at the end of the textbooks of the financial management, or if you downloaded the all the tables of the time value of money. In that case, if you identify the annuity table, so what is the end of the fifth year? What is the value for that? If you identify, on the basis of that, it is possible to calculate the present value. So for the 5 years, and the tabular value is 3.605 with multiply with the principal amount of 1 lakh rupees, that is 3 lakh 60,500 rupees. That is the present value of an annuity. Thank you all. So for daily updates about the finance and financial management, just go through the channel of Curious Commerce Financial Hub in WhatsApp. And the takeaway of this discussion is money has time value. Earlier money is more valuable. Compound interest is powerful compared with the simple interest. Present value helps decisions. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to Curious Commerce. Thank you.